Building. First is approval of September 2nd building minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item, facilities update. Mr. Todd.
Hello, how's everyone tonight?
Good.
Good to see you all. So facilities update, custodial, ongoing cleaning. We clean it every night, it gets dirty every day, we clean it again every night. We're continuing to struggle with some open positions and trying to come up with some new creative ways that we can fill them. Stay tuned, we'll see what we can come up with on that. Grounds, if anyone's driven around out there, there was a lot of consternation and gnashing of teeth around delays with the installation of the irrigation system. If you look at those fields today, you will never have seen them look better than they do now. The fields are absolutely gorgeous out there. So hats off to the grounds company. It looks right to the point where visiting coaches are grabbing my grounds guys saying, "What did you guys do here? This place looks amazing." So that's pretty impressive when the opposing coach is complimenting your facility. Pleased to hear that. Maintenance, I told you last month, we put a new person on. We're getting them trained and up to speed. And we're kicking off vehicle undercoating. All of the fleet gets a thick oil undercoating every couple of years, especially since we do plowing and a lot of salt on those vehicles to keep them in service for a long time. Air Quality Improvement Project. EEI will be providing their first round of pricing detail next week. Once I have that in hand, I hope to have enough at that point to move forward with the ESSER application process. Right now we have conceptual approval. We want to move to construction approval, and then we'll be able to start pulling wire and putting in controls. Next month, Amy Clark from the Department of Education and Ingrid Nichols from Vanwell Architects will be here to address this committee about building aid and possible plans for future development. Band and chorus floor is starting to come down. The hump is receding. Next month I will have a picture for you of a flat floor, I promise. I stood and jumped on it today and you could actually feel it going down. So we're in good shape to get rid of the hump. William Allen Playground, 100% complete. It's beautiful. The kids love it. It's just a fantastic facility. And the modular classrooms, we have the all clear on all of the modular buildings, and we're back 100% reoccupied on all of those. 3 at Chamberlain and 2 at William Allen. Everybody's moved back into those. Work orders for the period September 2nd through October 7th. We completed 236 work orders, which is way up from 110 in the last reporting period. We created 233 new work orders, which is way up from 154 in the last reporting period. We're getting a little bit ahead of it. The close ratio is now 1.01 to 1, which is up from we were at 0.71 to 1. That's what happens when you lose a maintenance guy for a while. And in the open group now, I have 163 open work orders, down a touch from 165 last time I spoke to this group. And that is all I have for facilities update. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Todd? No? Great, thank you. Next item, Chamberlain serving line bid.
So the Chamberlain serving line bid, and just so we know what we're talking about, on the serving line, we're replacing a 5-foot hot well section, a 5-foot cold well section, and a 5-foot countertop section. This is where the kids slide along with their trays and get their food. And the stuff that's there is just rotted through. It's no longer serviceable. We advertised a sealed bid. The low bidder was North Shore Wholesale Marketplace of Peabody, Massachusetts, and their low bid was $26,258. We have a food service equipment, it's a cash CIP line 22404, and that's funded with $15,000. I've been over this with Linda, and we're hoping to move forward with this purchase. $15,000 coming from this cash CIP line, the balance coming from operating. You may wonder why the cash CIP line is low, and $15,000 is a placeholder. We for a long time working with Chartwells, Chartwells handled all the replacements, and the facilities office didn't really have a handle on the condition of the equipment, and we've been trying to get ahead of that and have facilities taking that over. We've now been working with Fresh Picks on identifying what's wrong, and hopefully we'll have a great replacement program moving into the future, and our cash CIP line will be funded to the exact dollar amount that we will need year to year, barring the unforeseens, which always happen. So we're asking for your approval for $26,258 from line 22404, with the balance to come from operating.
Do we have a motion? Is that a second?
Second.
Second, okay. Do you have discussion?
Yeah, I just have a couple questions. So how many bids did you get? Was it-
2 companies responded with 4 numbers. This company put in 2 numbers for the same piece of equipment. They actually sent their bid in and then called and said, oh, we realized we screwed up, we actually want to send a different bid. Since it was before the opening date, nothing been opened, I said, go ahead, just send in another one. We'll open them both and choose the lower one. And the other company bid 2 pieces of equipment, one Piper, which fits the spec, and they also bid another brand, which was Atlas, and that was Kitteridge equipment. So Kitteridge equipment bid 2 different kinds of equipment, and North Shore Marketplace bid twice on the same kind of equipment. So it was advertised and sent out to I guess I don't know off the top of my head how many, but it was in the paper, and we solicited bids as best we could.
Any other questions? Karen, they did have the bid specs in the
I noticed it, but then it said option 1 and option 2.
2, yeah.
And I don't have my computer on me, and I was wondering why there was 2 options on
Good
it.
question.
So I didn't know
Oh,
if it
well,
was.
so in the bids, that's because each bidder gave 2 prices. So in one case, it was because they sent in 2 numbers for the same one. In one case, it was a mistake. The other case, the bidder sent us a number for the specified equipment, and then they said, hey, we actually like this other brand better. For $3,000 more, you could have this other brand, but we're quite happy with our spec. We spec'd out the equipment working hand in hand with Fresh Picks.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you explained it, but
Yeah.
looking at it, I didn't understand.
No, I
why
get
was-
it, yeah.
Any other questions? Paul?
Is there another school you'll be doing this to next year? Is that the intention? To replace sections of the hot well, cold wells at different schools, or was this a?
This was a kind of, they're stainless steel, so theoretically, they can last forever. The hot well will have a heating element that we can change out, and the cold well will have a compressor system that we can change out. This one was a little bit of a different thing. The stainless steel actually rotted right through.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, you don't see that often, but that's what happened.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if this is something we should bring maybe to 5-year, talk about how we cycle through this equipment if we had to. That's why I was asking.
Thank you.
go ahead.
Is it replacement with the same brand? Is there salvage equipment that we can use for parts pieces or anything like that type of thing? Are we trading, or are we?
Well, the pieces that come out will be scrap value,
Scrap.
period. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're 15 feet of line will be replaced with new.
Okay, everyone all set? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item, domestic hot water project at Chamberlain and William Allen.
Okay, so just to refresh your memory, the domestic hot water project at Chamberlain William Allen School was to install new domestic hot water heating equipment which would allow the boilers to be shut off during the shoulder season. Those 2 facilities, I used a giant cast iron boiler that heats the entire building to make my hot water. So when I don't need heat, I still gotta fire up this massive boiler to make the hot water. So I'd worked with an engineer who knew our budget price, and we went forward thinking we were gonna have all kinds of money to do this. And the low bidder was Alliance Mechanical of Bow, New Hampshire, and their low bid came back at $97,777. We have just over $40,000 available to do this project. If it was a $40,000 project, minus we could garner maybe $5,000 to $7,000 in utility rebates, the project would make sense because the amount of savings that we would get would offset the equipment cost. When I look at that amount of savings and I spread it out over a $97,000 project, it's no longer fiscally feasible to do that. I am not suggesting that we proceed with this. My recommendation is that we reject all bids and kindly thank the bidders for showing up.
Do we need a motion to reject?
We do, yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to reject the bidders.
Second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do we have any public comment? Anything under other? Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.